Krishna is explaining to Arjuna the symptoms of a person who is experiencing his eternal relationship with Godhead. Because he is satisfied within that relationship of Krishna, therefore he is not attached to the results of his actions in this material world. When a person is devoid of Krishna consciousness, then the only substance of enjoyment they have comes to their mind and their senses. And this world is a place of uncertainty. Practically anything could happen at any moment to anyone. Therefore, such materialistic state of consciousness is always subjected to endless miseries. Can any of us count how many ways there are to suffer in this world? It's innumerable. At any moment, anywhere, if things are just right according to our expectations, then we can find some temporary happiness. Otherwise, Bhagavad Gita explains, the conditioned soul is hankering for that which he or she has not attained, and lamenting over what one loses. And in the interim period, there may be some time where we actually achieve something. But even in that, there is always fear of losing it. Because as soon as we have anything that's valuable, people will be envious of us, and people will try to take it away. If you have good reputation, then people will try to slaughter your reputation through all kinds of blasphemies, nasty rumors. If you have wealth, competitors will be there to try to conquer you. Thieves will be there to try to steal away your wealth. A few years ago, I was in Paris. There is a museum called the Louvre. It's such a beautiful place. I was seeing, at one time, it was the palace of one king and his queen. And they built it so nicely. It's huge. It's enough for practically a whole city to live in. It takes hours and hours and hours just to walk through. And every part of the building is a masterpiece of art. So he would invite so many other kings and noblemen and princes and entertain them by playing music, giving them wonderful living conditions, fine foods, intoxicating beverages. And actually his purpose was just to show off how great he was. The fountains in the front, the gardens are acres and acres in size, beautiful chandeliers. And everyone come and just talk about how wonderful this person's property was. But actually, nobody appreciated him for that. Everyone was simply burning in envy. What a miserable condition. You're trying to impress people, and the result is just the opposite. People don't like you for it, they hate you for it. They envy you for it. It's like here in Bombay, if you have a nice car, you're thinking, why do people have nice cars? Because they like to impress people. But as you're driving down the street, people may externally appear impressed. Oh, very nice, nice car. But in their heart of hearts, unless they're a very, very close relative or friend who really don't care what kind of car you have, they'll love you anyway. But the other people, they'll say, oh, very nice. But in their hearts, they're thinking, why do you have this? Why not me? May you crash. It's human nature. So sure enough, the same people he was entertaining and trying to impress, they created a revolution, and they killed him and cut off the head of his wife. Hare Krishna. What is the use of such a beautiful palace if you don't even have a head to see it with? That is the material world. We make so many arrangements to impress other people, but by our material arrangements, the people we try to impress simply hate us and envy us. What are devotees impressed by? They are impressed by humility, by a spirit of service, of devotion, and those qualities, they impress Krishna. They enrich the soul. So Krishna is explaining it here in Bhagavad Gita that we should not strive and work hard like asses simply to try to create a condition to enjoy in this material world, because you cannot enjoy that position.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on thesacredconnect.com.